Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. We're coming off the heels of our first pay-per-view, NXT ArRival, and man oh man, what a show that was. I had such a blast doing that, despite the fact that Handbrake almost ruined the show. Thanks, Handbrake. But nah, in all seriousness, it was a hell of a fun show. I really enjoyed doing it. And I'm looking forward to our next pay-per-view coming up in 4 weeks. It will be NXT TakeOver. So be on the lookout for that. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Turn on those post notifications. And before we get to TakeOver, our first matchup here, Tommaso Ciampa. Now, Ciampa is, how would I put this? A lunatic. He's been on the brink of insanity for the longest, for as far as I can remember, for pretty much as long as he's been here in NXT. He's been attacking his opponents after the matches. He's been doing everything really under the sun. He even pile drove, I believe it was, I want to say Dillenger. Not 100% sure. I might have to go back and watch just to make sure that I'm actually putting out the right information there. But I talked to Tommaso earlier, and well, I attempted to talk to Tommaso earlier, and he was not pleased whatsoever about the fact that he was not at ArRival. He told me that a man of his caliber should have been in the main event for the NXT Championship, instead of Pete Dunne getting yet another chance at the championship that he wasn't even in the tournament to crown the first NXT champion. And he told me that no deed goes unpunished, or punished, unpunished, something like that in his book. So we'll see what happens. See, maybe he'll be on our next pay-per-view, NXT TakeOver. Maybe he will. Maybe he won't. If the management committee is smart and care about my health, then he will be on the next show. Just taking on advisement, guys. No pressure. You know. Anyway, we're almost set to kick off this matchup here. The first episode of NXT following ArRival. The Perfect 10 making his return here to NXT. And last time we saw Ty Dillenger, he was facing Mr. Wrestling, Kevin Owens, who fell just a little bit short of facing Ricochet at ArRival. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Ciampa now starting off big knee strike here. Big boot right to the face. Ciampa now, I would say he doesn't look all too pleased, but I think that's pretty much just his normal expression. He's just never in a good mood. But then again, why would you be? And another knee strike following the striking combination. He doesn't have the nickname the Sicilian psychopath for nothing. Ciampa now has Dillenger down, and he's just staring at him. It's almost eerie. Sends him off on the ropes, and now just takes him over. Ciampa, he's just, I don't even know how to really describe it. A spins him on another knee strike, followed by a clothesline. There's almost like an eerie calmness to Ciampa. I don't really know how to put it into words. Dillenger now looking to fight back, sends Ciampa off into the ropes. Knee strike, takes down Ciampa in the corner. Dillenger now has Ciampa draped across the bottom rope and just drops a leg drop right across the throat of Ciampa. Dillinger now quickly back into the ring. I'm surprised Dillenger hasn't gone for a cover yet. And now Ciampa gonna follow up with another striking combination. That's right there. That's Ciampa's bread and butter. That striking combination. He's one of the hardest hitting, man. I'd say he's right up there in the league with Pete Dunne and probably Cesaro too. Ciampa now has Dillenger in the corner. Oh, an exploder suplex. Ciampa now not even bothering to go for a cover either. Excuse me. Fireman's carry takedown now by the perfect 10. Super kick to the midsection. Now Dillenger looking to fight back. Now has him. Nope. Ciampa flips out of it. Oh, and a discus lariat just absolutely levels Ty Dillenger. I have no idea what to make of this man. He's not all there. That's all I can really say. On a back suplex on the apron. The hardest part of the ring, and Dillenger just got dropped right across it. Ciampa now has Dillenger. What's he going to do with him? Sends him back into the ring. And quickly follows. Ciampa, he seems more like he's out to hurt Dillenger more than anything. He doesn't even seem like he wants to win this match. And has him now on top rope. What's he going to do with him? Oh, draping DDT. Ciampa just... This is kind of uncomfortable. It's like he's allowing Dillenger to get back to his feet. He can end this match at any point in time that he wants to, but he's just going to pull along the agony, spins him around, and he's got him up for the power bomb lung blower. That is Ciampa's finishing maneuver. He can end the matchup right here if he bothered to go for a cover. What the hell is this? Guys, power failure in the arena. What's going on? What the hell is that? The lights come back up in the NXT arena, and Dillenger, Ciampa now taken out completely aback after that ominous message coming from nowhere. Oh my God! Dillenger just pinned Tommaso Ciampa. Ciampa was distracted from that ominous message that we all saw here in the NXT arena. Whatever the hell that was. It distracted Ciampa long enough for Dillenger to get a quick roll up, and there you go. I was not expecting that whatsoever. I don't know what to make of that. That wasn't even words. Nonetheless, Dillenger wins. Ladies and gentlemen, if you missed NXT ArRival, you missed one hell of a show. I cannot stress that enough. It was absolutely awesome. I had a blast calling it. I had a blast just being a part of it. And there are many, many more pay-per-views like this coming up in the future for NXT. Remember, this is just our first. The NXT North American Championship. Drew McIntyre put up one hell of a title defense against a returning Daniel Bryan. That was awesome. That was just the first title match. The grudge match between Ricochet and Kevin Owens just went all over ringside. As you saw in the previous photo, Kevin Owens even package pile drove Ricochet through my announce table. This right here, this was one of the many, many high-flying maneuvers we saw from the one and only King Ricochet in that matchup. Moving on to the main event, the phenomenal AJ Styles and the Bruiserweight Pete Dunne absolutely tore the friggin' house down. There was just so many high-flying spots in that matchup. It was insane. From flying forearms to bitter ends to X-plexes to Styles Clash, we had everything in between, including AJ Styles even taking flight and going over the top rope, landing right onto the Bruiserweight Pete Dunne. Pete Dunne even powerbombed AJ Styles on my announce table. But hey, I'll leave a link in the description. Be sure to go and check out ArRival. it was definitely one of the best shows I've seen. Now moving on to our main event here tonight, ladies and gentlemen, Cesaro. We haven't really seen that much of Cesaro. We saw him in the championship tournament, and he put up one hell of an effort. I will grant you that. He put up one hell of an effort. I talked to his advocate, Paul Heyman, and Paul said to me that even though Cesaro didn't have a win in the championship tournament, although Cesaro is not the first NXT champion, make no mistake about it, at some point in time, Cesaro will be the NXT champion. And if that's coming from the mouth of Paul Heyman, well, there's not much more that you can really say about that. He said before in the past that he doesn't give predictions, he gives spoilers. So if that's a spoiler, well, you should have looked out in the future, because Cesaro's going to be a future NXT champion. Now this man, Pete Dunne, as I mentioned over the recap of ArRival, him and AJ Styles had one hell of a classic bout. I say it was even better than their first encounter. And that was a great match in itself. But their match at ArRival, in my opinion, absolutely topped that, because they left it all on the line. Pete Dunne would hit 3 bitter ends, and AJ Styles would still kick out. I know, I couldn't believe it myself. 3 bitter ends, and we've only seen, I believe we've only seen AJ Styles kick out of 2 bitter ends. Yet he managed to stay alive, and ultimately, when it came down to it, he hit the Styles Clash. It looked like that AJ was going to go for a power bomb, but he managed to have one hell of a transition and followed it up with the Styles Clash. Once again, I'll leave a link in the description. I'll put an I and annotation, I believe that those are called, up in the corner. And I also did a sins video on it, just to point out the little few things, quote unquote, the few things that was wrong with ArRival. But be sure to check it out. Be sure to give it a like, subscribe, all that good stuff. And Cesaro and Pete Dunne, they're really looking to weather the storm. I believe that this is their first encounter here in NXT. I'm not really sure about any other places outside of NXT. Correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, but I do believe that this is their first encounter. Cesaro following up strike after strike, and a big uppercut takes down Pete Dunne. Cesaro now has Pete on the outside on the apron. Gonna look to bring him back in the hard way, the suplex. Cesaro, he seems a lot more focused in this matchup than he was the last time we saw him in the championship tournament with AJ. I'm not sure what he was looking for there. Pete Dunne managed to get out of it. I'm not sure you want to slap Cesaro, Pete. He has him now in the corner. Bucko bomb, and he got it. Bruiserweight gonna pick him now. Kick to the leg. Follow up with a series of strikes, but Cesaro counters. Oh my Jesus Christ. If Pete Dunne has one of the most stiffest forearms, then I would dare say that Cesaro has one of the stiffest uppercuts, not only in NXT, but in the professional wrestling business. And now Cesaro, oh my God! Belly to belly suplex Pete Dunne all the way to the outside. Cesaro now on the outside of the ring. Gonna ring around on the, It looked like Cesaro might have been looking for that patented, what would you call it? A running lap running around the ring. I don't know what I'm trying to say. Bottom line, Pete avoided it. That's all that matters. Pete Dunne now has a suplex of his own. And now Pete gonna go to the top rope. What could he be looking for here? Could it be the moonsault? Yes, it is. Pete down in the cover. Will this be it? And no. Cesaro kicks out at 2. And Pete just gonna stomp right on the chest. Oh, and a stomp. Double foot stomp right to the midsection. And now Pete gonna look to work over the arm. Now, I want to say that Pete isn't looking to work over. Well, he's not looking to work over the arm anymore. Cesaro counters with an elbow. Running drop kick. Oh, excuse me. Running drop kick from Cesaro. And now Pete clears with the fireman's carry takedown. Oh, he was looking to go to the second rope and got caught by Cesaro. The Swiss Cyborg just clotheslines the Bruiserweight. There's a lot of nicknames in NXT. I'm just now realizing this. The Swiss Cyborg, the Bruiserweight, the 1%er, the one and only, the Phenomenal. There's a lot of nicknames. This moment of submission. I'm over here naming nicknames, and Pete Dunne is just beating the crap out of Cesaro on the outside. Has him up on his shoulders and drops him across the apron face first. Pete Dunne is not in a happy mood. Well, he's never in a happy mood. What am I saying? He's a lot like Tommaso Ciampa. He has the meanest mug in the business. In the locker room, at least. They never smile. They're just angry. They're always angry. Pete Dunne is just taking his frustrations out on Cesaro and swings them into the LED board. Pete Dunne has been furious ever since ArRival. He told me earlier on in that night, he told me that was his night. He said that he was taking the NXT Championship away from AJ Styles, and he's just been pissed off ever since. Big forearm strike, and you know what that means? It's time for the bitter end. It's academic. Oh boy. Paul Heyman just saved Cesaro's bacon. Paul Heyman has drawn the ire of Pete Dunne. Oh, just nails him with a forearm strike. Oh, that I don't think that was a wise decision, Paul. Also, Cesaro with the European uppercut. Just clings the cock of the Bruiserweight. Strike right to the face, followed by another uppercut. Whatever Cesaro was looking for there. Oh, super kick to the midsection. Fireman's carry has him up. Gutbuster. That action alone may have standing in Seguri. Cut myself off. That action alone may have just prolonged the agony. And oh, Pete right again going after Paul Heyman. I can't even get my words out. That action alone may have just prolonged the agony, but not by much. Forearm strike, followed by the second bitter end. It is academic count to 100. Pete Dunne picks up the victory here tonight on NXT. There was an X-Plex on the outside. This wasn't even about winning a match. You could tell Pete Dunne just wanted to hurt Cesaro. He wanted to take his frustrations out on the Swiss Cyborg because he is still stinging after his loss to AJ at ArRival. And who can blame him? He put up one hell of an effort, and for a good while there, I thought, it looks like Pete's not done taking his frustrations out. I would say this is not necessary, and to a extent, it's not. But Pete's just angry. He's pissed off. I was gonna look to set him up for a third bitter end. This is nothing but frustration on the part of Pete Dunne. The Bruiserweight is in a terrible mood. Well, moving on, ladies and gents. Coming up your way next week, right here on this show, we're going to determine a new #1 contender for AJ Styles and the NXT Championship. That will be your main event of NXT TakeOver. We're going to have the 1%er, EC3, Ethan Carter III, taking on the show-off known as Dolph Ziggler. Now, EC3 did not compete at NXT ArRival. Dolph Ziggler did, and he had one hell of an opening contest, defeating Samoa Joe. Now, Dolph Ziggler is going to look to ride that wave of momentum, take down EC3, and move on right to NXT TakeOver, and hopefully win the NXT Championship from AJ Styles. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for this episode of NXT. I hope you've enjoyed the show so far, and I hope you've enjoyed this series thus far. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. It really helps me out. Be sure to share the videos. We're growing by subscribers every day. Subscriber by subscriber. We are looking to change the game here in NXT, and that's what it's all about. Bringing the best content for you that is absolutely humanly possible. Well, all that's left to be said, ladies and gents. I'll see you next week on NXT TV. Remember to continue to change the game. And hey, we're going to crown a new #1 contender next week. I'll see you then.